everybody, welcome back to In Stitches with Mary. Today I want to show you my second installment of my So Easy Quilt Along. Remember in March I mentioned that we were going to start a new quilt block every month till the end of the year. And our first one was called the Domino, this one right here. This month we're going to do the Windmill, and I think this is one of my favorite ones. Just because I just like the coloring and how it turns out. So it is a lot easier to do than what you think, because just like the domino, we were working with quadrants, making blocks. We're going to do the same thing with the windmill. So we're just going to make 4 identical blocks and put them together. Let me show you how to do that. To make our windmill, we are going to need 4 fat quarters, and 4 fat quarters will give you 3 complete blocks. The fat quarters you're going to need a dark color, a medium color, and a light color. And you will need one more, whether it's a medium or dark is totally up to you what you want to call that. But you will need one more. So let me show you. I'm putting this together in some of my favorite fabrics. You are going to need to cut 2 7 1/4 inch squares from a dark and a medium. And with those squares, now this is for each 12-inch block that finishes up. That's what you're going to need, or 1 of each. You are going to then take that 7 1/4 inch block and slice it diagonally twice. So now you have 4 triangles, okay? You're also going to need 3 7/8 inch squares from your medium, from your light, and then from your other medium or dark. Those are going to be sliced diagonally once so that you have these triangles, okay? That's what you're going to need. Let me put these aside. We are ready to assemble these once you have them cut apart. And basically you're going to create 4 smaller blocks just like this. What I'd recommend is that you go ahead and lay these triangles out in the order that they are shown on my directions. We're going to lay a dark to a medium, and then we're going to have our 2 lights in here, our medium, and then our other medium and dark. So you're going to start to see a fan shape going on here. This is going to be the center of the pinwheel, and the next step is really quite simple. We're going to take our larger triangles and we're going to sew them down a short side. This was the long side. This is the 7 1/4 inch side. Now I want you to be very careful when you're sewing and handling these, because these are cut on the bias and they're going to stretch easily. So be very careful when you're pressing and you're sewing that you don't stretch those. The same with these 2 smaller ones here. We're going to sew a light to a medium, and then we're going to sew a light to the other medium or dark. And when you press these, I want you to press them to the dark side. All of them are going to get pressed to the dark side, okay? Once you have these 2 sewn together, then you're going to sew each one together, and you're going to then press this one. This is going to get pressed to the light side. This side to the light, that to the dark. So when we go to put these together, those 2 seams are going to nestle real nice. You're going to reduce that bulk in your center, and now you're going to sew that seam down, okay? And that is really all there is to doing that little portion of the quilt block. You're going to repeat that 3 more times so that you get a total of 4. You're then going to take those 4 blocks and lay them out just like this one here. The fan goes out towards the corner on each one, just like that. Whoop. That wasn't quite right, was it? All right, so now we have our pinwheel. But what is really fun when you sew this together, and of course you're going to sew your 2 together and then sew down the center. Again, I like to press to the dark side so that when you sew that center seam together, it nestles and you get a nice sharp corner in there. When you sew that together, you're going to have something like this. Now I've taken this, I haven't quite figured out how I want to finish it, but here's 4 blocks put together. And isn't that beautiful? Because not only do we have our pinwheel here, but now we have a pinwheel here, okay? This is called the Windmill block, and it is the second block in my series. If you are interested in the pattern, it's available right here at Neil's Vacuum and Sewing Center. Give us a call, 563-263-4543. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I look forward to seeing you soon.